Supreme Court out of control, monopoly power that's totally insane, Silicon Valley banks that don't follow deposit rules, and we're bailing them out today. And like corporate greed at an epitome of power and a concurrent lack of rights for all of us. Anyway, the book is, by accident in some ways, incredibly well timed. Not just for your negotiations, by the way, but because there's a plot about how negotiations and how we conduct them has so many lessons for policy making, going up against loony bins like Marjorie Taylor Greene and the current House and things like that. So the book goes back and forth between some quaint notion that there once was respectful employers who sat down respectfully with workers at the negotiations table 40 years ago, and that there used to be polite negotiations in the Senate and the House and between the two to do budget reconciliation, and that crap went out the door with, the era of the Tea Party. And I parallel it, and frankly, not just parallel it, talk about how to beat it. How do we beat it? So that's what I'm all about, is how do we teach people how to win, despite all this crap.
Well, okay, I mean, how do we win? I presume you don't think we do it by sitting down and being nice and having respectful negotiations, because a lot of people want that. They say, well, why do unions have to go on strike? Why do negotiations have to be contentious? Why can't cooler heads just prevail and treat things rationally like adults?
Yeah.
Do you want to see the Mother's Day gift I brought you?
I think we know that actually on our side, we are prepared to do that. I mean, I say in the book on negotiations, in preparation with every single committee of workers I've ever had the pleasure of leading through negotiations, I start by saying, and I say it across the table to the employer, and we say it, of course, in our caucuses ahead of time, but we're going to give this employer the benefit of the doubt. We're going to assume that they're actually here to negotiate with us.
Do you see what I have in my hand?
We're going up against Jackson lawyers and a multi-million-dollar union busting operation. Obviously, I know that that's not true, but I'm going to try and own it in the opening session anyway. I'm going to try and create a mature, grown-up space.
Yeah, I don't know where to put them.
Or less companies
you do?
And I'm going to open it by saying, we are here, in fact, to ask you to share a little bit more of the profits so that the people who actually produce the profits with you can have a better life. And if you're game for that, then we can get in and get out of here pretty quickly. Could be smooth, could be great. The amount of times that's happened in my life as a negotiator in 25 years, I can count on my hand. And luckily I actually have had that experience, you know what I mean? Because it's important for me to be able to contrast what a non-ideological, non-class or employer feels like at the table versus one who's clearly out to just kill the union and go purchase the process. So that's most of it. Are those other types.
I mean,
so
can't you just call them out and be like, well, you're not helpful and you need to go away?
Saying I would be great if there was somebody and you should give them a chance to. And when they don't, then you strike to destroy their fucking business if you have to.
Yeah.
And then guess what? At that point, I behave properly. And it's this thing where people would be like, oh, we should just
yeah, well, you can be kind, but also not let other people be awful. It's like, you have to find out what they're afraid of.
They're afraid of people striking. So, give a fuck about it. And that's kind of her whole point. Is I don't give a fuck what else you're doing. They want you to strike. And if you don't strike, they're not going to
I guess.
A strike costs them money. And they will look at a situation and say, how much money... it's from the perspective of an employer, it is just a formula. It's just... what makes us more money. That's it. They're just fucking machines. They may be headed by humans, there may be human parts to the machine, but they're just a machine. They're a corporation. They do what makes them the most money. And in the end, if you create a situation where it is beyond a shadow of a doubt that if they piss you off, it's going to cost them $1 billion, and you're asking for $500 million, they're going to, once they realize you're not fucking around, they'll give you the $500 million because it's cheaper. They are also quite happy to spend $500 million on just fucking you over really hard. And $500 million can fuck people over really hard. Like all those weird mailers. The other stuff where I'm like, if they're spending money on like mailers the way that they were,
well, and can't you also just say, well, this is the situation, so we're gonna spread the news and talk about it and say this is what's happening.
Again, looking bad, having everybody know what they've done, doesn't cost them money.
Well, no, you have to combine it with the strike or whatever if they're not going to listen or whatever.
Right, fine. Yeah, you do that.
I mean,
she said that. She said, yes, you do that. You start out with the assumption that they are being a real person.
Yeah.
And that they just want to move on.
Yeah.
And then if it turns out like the company's actually owned by some weird neo-Nazi culture war person that considers it like a personal battle, like you fucking peons shouldn't be telling me what to do, and they're willing to actually lose more money, then you just have to force it. And that's the reality is there's a whole that's the whole Republican Party now. That's like an entire half of the country at this point. Like half of the people in the country are not going to be rational, and you have to just force them. They, even if they want to agree with you, even if it's a good idea and that's what they prefer, they will fight you just because they can't be seen being reasonable publicly. That's considered weakness. And that's kind of the point, is like there's this thing where people are like, oh no, you just need to get along. It's like, no, you need to try to get along, and then when they make it clear that they're not getting along, you stop trying to get along. You go after them. Like, you strike. And if you have work slowdowns, you do things that cost them money, and then you present them with a formula that says this is how much it's going to cost you to say no.
Yeah.
And you make that number big enough that their honor is not worth it to them. Because in the end, they're fucking capitalists. Like, really, at their heart, they're capitalists. And, like, to them, like, their honor has a price tag. Their beliefs have a price tag. They're, like, they aren't gonna, like, keep fighting you. But they absolutely will keep fighting you as long as they think they can spend, an amount of money that's worth it to them. In order to just destroy your life. And if they're like a sadistic, prideful idiot that would enjoy destroying somebody who disagrees with them, that the amount of money they're willing to pay might be significant, at which point you're going to have to be really fucking harsh. And that's the thing that people miss, is like, people will try really, really hard to come up with some way around it, How do I do the lever thing now that this is going on?
What?
Do you want to collect the experience, or?
Well, no, it won't collect very much experience until that bottom chest is full.
Oh. Can I take stuff out of the bottom?
Yes.
Oh.
So we just need to put more fuel in it.
Okay.
Because it looks like it's stopped. It probably ran out of fuel. So yeah, it has like.
But yeah, anyways, that's what
when you.
Road is about. That's what the interview is all about. That's what I was trying to show.
Yeah, that was right on the thing that I've been thinking about with my class.
And I found a free copy of the book, too.
Oh, thanks. I definitely want to reference it. Maybe send me the link. Thanks. I lost my horse again. We probably should sleep. I'm ready to be done for the night. Except for I kind of want to find my horse again. And I don't want someone else to be on the server while the, oh, there they are. There you are. The villagers just pushed her out of the way. They're just like pushing her out of the way. Oh, I know. I'll get on her. She doesn't even have a saddle right now, so I'll just ride around on her. That iron golem looks like he could use a little bit of a buff.